Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
You follow me? You can just go to my YouTube.
Play action here with Howell.
Oh, that's big.
Incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it's 2nd down coming up. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Howell again on 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
Doesn't make the connection.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
10 yards to go.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. He had it for a moment. Great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to find Brock Bowers. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Carlson's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
We're doing the full practice.
The kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
I ain't been paying no attention on the cool.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Rob Flat, first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Yeah, I put half pads and everything. Why didn't I notice that?
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. 19 tight. 19 tight. Steady, right?
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin.
You see my screen?
This to the opposing 46. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Okay,
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
Mustang 19. Here we go. Set. 18. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Oh, I've been fucking with him. I just ain't been fucking with him lately.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Taking a chance to the end zone. This is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders finish off their opening drive. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Speed kills. And gosh, I love that, Kate. Right from the jump, you don't wait to get your playmaker started. Getting the ball early, put a fear of God into this defense.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Mostert on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. First call here coming from the shotgun. First play is going to be against Genty. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffled around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Foul out of the shotgun. Defender
Come
runs
in.
right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. So it'll be third down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. To the air on third and long.
Come on.
Holding up, they're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
Whatever could go wrong for him so far certainly has. And so many times when we see a QB throw an interception early, it just starts to get in your head. That little seed of doubt, that little thought that you got a flush of, oh, what's going to happen next? Because then you hold the ball, and you hold the ball in this league, and you get sacked.
Big hit on the return to stop him cold. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. The Commanders have an early lead. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this.
Boy. He did.
Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They got this after forcing a punt at the end of one. First and 10, around Robinson.
Yeah.
And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him.
Get your shit right,
16
man.
on the
Yeah.
pickup. And that's good for a Washington first down.
Well, more often
That's
than
a
not,
bet.
it's
That's
the
a bet. I'll
passing
probably
game that's
sleep
asked to
though
go
here
for first down and
because
first down in
I
just
gotta
one
go
play.
in tonight. You know, I'm break
Get
overnight
that
at
big
the
play
swim
potential
shit.
on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with
That's a
confidence.
What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Play action now with Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So it'll be second down.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
No luck on first down. Here's second and 10.
18 Cardinals. 19 Tiger. Panther Street. Panther Street.
This is Ja'Cory Kronsky-Merritt in it for the first time. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Daniels throwing on third. Cox, here's his lane. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10 from the 32.
Go, check. Go, check. Let's go now. Bronco 80. Ready.
Robinson on the inside give. A lot of traffic up the middle there, and he's bounced outside and adds him 7. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On the jump.
Last run got him 7. Here comes second and 3.
Ready. Six. Ready.
On the counter, Kronsky-Merritt. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
And look at here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next third down coming.
And you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Firing quickly out wide, Daniels. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with first and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Ready up.
Breaking the huddle, here's first and goal.
Panther all 80. Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
First and goal, Krosky Merritt. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here we go. Here we go.
Play fake here. Daniels. Flushed out of the pocket. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it'll be third and goal. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on fourth, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
Daniels, third and goal. Caught just shy of the goal line. And that is a Washington touchdown. The Commanders make it a 3-possession game. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they paid the price over and over and over again.
The extra point is up, and it is good. And the Commanders push their lead to 18. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Mostert on the return. He's brought down to end that run back, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. Clock is ticked down. We've reached our 2-minute warning. More coming up from Northwest Stadium. Stick around. The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10. Throwing now. Howell. Fires right away, but incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
On the 24 once again, it's second and 10. Howell back to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll work this one up to the 28. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Third down, Commanders in the dime. 6 DBs out there. Third and long, they're going to throw. Buying some time right. He's making a bid for it. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. Jalen Lane back deep for the Commanders. And he drives this into the pouring rain. And another mistake for them here. This punt had way too much on it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes first and 10. Here's Robinson to start the drive. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. I love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Tackle made back at
So
the
some immediate
17-yard
revenge
line.
for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Cup 19. Get it. Got the Lions.
Here he goes, third and long. Taking a shot deep here. So the heave knocked away from the intended targets. That brings up fourth down.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
He's got it at the 24. That's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10. Now Howell off to play action. Taking a deep shot here. This is caught inside the 15. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
The Raider first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with first and 10. From the red zone now. Forced out to his right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So that brings up second down.
So far, this script, well, it's dictated some early looks for this running back, and now you're seeing the adjustment defensively. Not so easy on those checkdowns. Nowhere for that ball to go.
After the incompletion, they come up on second and 10. Howell now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone block, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind them, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. So when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and you couldn't. Great, I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On third down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
A 28-yard attempt.
A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So now on fourth down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. He's hit once already. This is a short one, inside of 30 yards. Carlson's kick is good. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
It's only 3 points, and they're going to still trail at halftime, but every little bit helps. And I'll tell you this as well. It also helps maybe later in the game. You got a fourth quarter clutch kick to have that confidence built. That's important.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime.
Come on. Set. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
Daniels now on first down. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. Now is Terry McLaurin on the target. And now it's second down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Looking to throw. He's trying to go deep again. Wants it McLaurin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darian Porter. And the Raiders do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback.
Ready.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
Liking 18. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Starting on the ground here, Kronsky Merritt. Well, this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Quickly out to the right, complete. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
Got it. Ready?
Raiders with an extra DB out there, third down.
Let's go now. Cowboys, go.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
They break the huddle. It's second down now.
Ready. Ready.
Daniels back to throw. Screen pass here for Kronsky Merritt. And there's not going to be a score, but great effort. He's out of bounds inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Looking inside the red zone. Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to second down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So the incompletion on first. Here is second and goal.
Hey. Steady, right?
From the gun, a run for Krosky Merritt. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. A solid run, 7 yards on the pickup, and that brings up third and goal.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Get it. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Pick up.
That one's out and cut on the right side. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders grow the lead coming out of halftime. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Mostert on the return. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's first and 10. And off to Genty. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be second and 9.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9. And the shotgun, Howell. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Can't connect on the third down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got fourth down.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game, and failing to convert on that third down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. And there won't be a return on this one. It's out of bounds, and the mark looks to be at about the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
Ready, break.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes first and 10. Krosky Merritt straight ahead. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Running right side by McLaurin. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Give him 25 on that play. And that's good for a Washington first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
On the set.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Tag.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be second down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
So it's second and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line.
Let's go. 70 Lions. Viking and team. Ready, ready.
Costume Merritt gets it from the gun. And they find him after just a yard, and it's third down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs, against the better defenses in this league.
Throw here, third down. Gonna let this one fly, deep downfield. It's caught by McLaurin. And they're gonna have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders stretch their lead on the final play of the third. Quite the throw from him on that play, Brock. I gotta say, you look like he'd make quite the emergency quarterback for this squad if the need ever arises, huh?
And Kate, I know how this plays out, all right? They worked on it all week. He showed out during the practice week on the practice field, and now he just showed out when it really mattered, and everybody's going to hear about it, and they don't mind, because you're absolutely right. That was a dime for 6.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Mostert on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10. Play action here with Howell. Dumped off to his running back. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Howell from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. Continuing to move past the 45. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. Give him 32 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
The Commanders' rush brings him down. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second down.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play, but defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, you got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
Throwing now off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
The Commanders in the dime set for this third down. Third and long for him here. Deep shot off his back foot. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing fourth down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
I can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on fourth down. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. Desperation time here. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down well short of where they needed him to get to. That decision to go for it on fourth does not pay off.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Ready, let's go.
Running right. This is Krosky Merritt. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Ready.
To throw, Daniels. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Ready. Cougar 19.
From the gun, it's Robinson. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
We're not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Bronco.
An option give to Robinson. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down now.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Good strike downfield to Lane. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. Offense is set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Shot.
Shotgun snap. They get to Robinson. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
At the 19-yard line.
Ready.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Go. 60 by 6.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
Panther 11. Ready.
Air it out on 3rd. Able to find Ertz. And the hit is made, so they bent to the competition, but they didn't break, Brock, as they force this 4th down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. when that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Michael Badgley going to try and knock this through for 3. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Badgley able to knock it through. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Mostert on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Foul out of the shotgun. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8. Second down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Howell now. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Mike Samuel makes the play. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Defense getting in on the front rock with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Mostert on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's first and 10. Back to the air. Howell after the pick. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, looks like the 30.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Second and 3 now.
Here we go, set. Viking 18. Mustang 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Now Howell off the play action. There's pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Well done by the Commanders' defense. And it'll be third down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Ready?
Third down, line to gain 9 yards out.
Let's go now.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. Throwing left side, Bowers has it. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
A gain of 6 yards.
And here's the timeout with just 1 second left on the clock. So we're going to have one more play left in the game that's already decided.
On the set.
All right, this is going to be the final play of the game.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here he goes, one final shot. It's complete. This is Bowers. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. So score this as a win for the Commanders. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. So for Brock Ewart, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from D.C.